Yes, hello, gorgeous. Hello, pretty people. It's Saturday, so I'm going to give you a great training today. Just some quick motivation, inspiration, and business tips to get you fired up, to get you working your businesses. In my company, yes, oh my gosh, we got Black November, not just Black Friday, Black November. As you notice, all of the retailers are not waiting until Black Friday. They have already started their sales. They've already started their promotions. They've already started their, discounts and advertisement and marketing. Oh, Connecticut in the building. Connecticut in the building, y'all. And so they've already started. So I pray that you've already started as well. And so if you have not started, today is the best day. The best time to start is right now. And so I'm going to encourage you, if you didn't take that Black Friday workshop last week, it was 5 days. I mean, over an hour worth of training. I mean, we smashed it. And so I was a part of that. And I really strongly suggest that you got into that. But there's going to be other things that you can be a part of, that I am a part of. My 3-day ride is coming up in December, so get ready, baby. So yes, so I love the 3-day ride. It is my signature business course for 3 days. You can train with me for 3 days. And so yes, the 3-day ride, December, I want to say 13, 14, and 15. So go ahead and mark your calendars. And so yes, get ready for the ride of your life. The 3-day ride, I only offer it 3 to 4 times out of the year. So this is the last time this year. And so it's always going to look different. Love your personality. I love you too. It says Facebook user, so I can't see your name. But hey, I love you too. I love everybody that love me. I love you too. So you are probably a pretty person. So only pretty people compliment others. Only pretty people are happy for others. Only pretty people love on other people and like their stuff, because we want to see you win. Like, we want to see you do it. Girl, do it. So if you are a pretty person, hashtag to all the pretty people. We celebrate, collaborate, and create great relationships. You are a pretty person to me. Hashtag to the pretty people. Yes. Oh, Tasha. Tasha is in the building. Yes, good to see your beautiful face. Go ahead and tag 2 people and share the broadcast. If you're a newbie to me, put newbie in the chat. Say, I'm a newbie to Jerusha. That just means you're just now hearing the sound of my voice. And then, of course, if you watch the replay, put replay. But if you tag and or share, you and I just became besties. You can ask me any business question and I will teach on that subject, or I will answer you privately, because guess what? You help somebody else. And so when I share like this, you share. That's how we change the world. Knowledge is the new rich. Arm yourselves with it. Knowledge is the new rich. So today we're going to talk about try and fail, but don't fail to try. And so many of you are holding on to these great things that you can do, and you're waiting for the perfect time. And I'm going to tell you, there's no perfect time. So I can teach on this subject because I've been an entrepreneur for almost 2 decades. I'm Jerusha, motivational speaker, radio personality, network marketer, yes, social marketer, and I am helping all of you that want to start a business or build a business, and build that business online or offline. So I create what I call double threats. So if you want to be a double threat, hashtag double threats. And I actually don't care what type of business you're in. I really focus. My focus is small businesses, network marketers, and direct sellers. So if that's you, you're my people. You're my people. And so I want to make sure that we get all the resources, tools, apps, scripts, sales ideas, marketing ideas, branding ideas that we need to be super successful on this thing called social media. You got the whole wide world in your hand in this cell phone. I truly have a cell phone lifestyle. And so wherever I got this cell phone, baby, this money maker, this is the money maker. The cell phone is the money maker. And so, yes. Oh, thank you so much for tagging. Oh my gosh. Yes. Thank you so much for tagging. I love you already. Okay, so we want to talk about your fears, and we want to talk about you conquering whatever it is that you have in your belly already. So you have a book that's trying to be birthed. Okay, I'm going to need you to start that book today. You have a nonprofit that's trying to be birthed. I'm going to need you to start that today. You have a product. You have a resource. You have an app. You have something, and you're just waiting. I'm just waiting for the right time. Okay, the right time is now. So Jerusha said the right time is now, because it's never going to be perfect anyway. There's no such thing as perfect. Remember, people used to say practice makes perfect. Well, no, practice makes progress. And so when I showed up online, I'm not perfect even now. I'm making progress, and I'm okay with the progress because I have all the pretty people. I'm okay with the progress because I get to grow, I get to learn. And so you got to fall in love with the process of whatever it is that you really want to do in life. The one thing I know for sure, you can't wait another day. Stop saying you're waiting for a website. Stop saying you're waiting to get, I don't even know who gets business cards, but stop saying you're waiting to do. Stop. You don't actually need it to get started. Okay. You actually don't need it to get started. All you need is you. All you need is to get started. All you need to do is believe it. All you need to do is serve other people. All you need to do is think about the other people that you're going to be helping. That's all you need. Your passion is what's going to sell the people. You believing in whatever it is that you have is going to sell the peoples. Okay. You're here because what? I love and serve on the peoples. And so I want you to understand whatever your thing is, you can do the same thing. I'm not perfect on this social media thing, but I tell you what, I show up every day on these social medias. And so that is how I've been able to build an online following. So I was offline for years in my industry, right? I did very well. So I am the person, and this is probably my first business. I went to the top of the company like in 8 months. So that's uncommon, but I also had a really, really good reason why I was doing it, right? And so maybe your reason is different, but I had to go through that process, and it went really fast to get to that top rank. And so I was appreciative of that, which allowed me to go to my new company, bring all those skills, all of that. But that's what God was doing, setting me up for even greater. And so that's why you have to start, because you can't get the next thing because you're waiting on this one thing. Go ahead and start, girl. He has the plan laid out for you. And so I want you to feel the fear today. If you're following me, we did a 21-day affirmation. How many of you completed your 21 days of affirmations? You're still in the process. Yes or yes. At Jerusha, I'm doing my 21 days of affirmations because it starts with the mind. It starts with you believing in your thing. It starts with you growing yourself. Yes. And you probably need to go to Google and take the personality test so you'll know what type of personality you are so you can work on yourself, because everything starts with you. Okay. You're the problem. You're the solution. Yes or yes. So if you also follow me, you know I'm in a 7-day step challenge. And so when I started the 7-day step challenge, I'm going to tell you what I did wrong. Okay. I didn't prepare for it. So when they asked me to be a part of it, I was like, okay, I can do it. And I didn't really prepare for 7 days, stepping more than 7,500 steps. I just like, all right, I'm in, let's go. See, I didn't get prepared for it, right? A lot of you already have an idea of what you want to do in life. You already have your book in mind, the book title, the foreword. You already have whatever it is, right? So you are more prepared than me. And so I just jumped right in. I was like, all right, I guess I'm doing it too. And so I started doing it. And let me just tell you, the first day I was like, I'm in it to win it. Let's go. The second day I was ready to quit. I'm gonna wait. The second day, I was like, oh. The second day, I was like, oh, I don't even know why I said that. And so I still did it the second day. I reported to you guys. I did a TikTok. I went live. The third day, I really didn't want to do it. You would think I was like, okay, I'm ready now. The third day, I was like, I'm over it. I didn't want to go through the process. Now, obviously, I want the results. Obviously, I want to be slimmer and trimmer and fine as wine. And so obviously, I want to be healthier. Obviously, I want those results, but I didn't want to go through the process. And I think a lot of people are like that. You want the results of being successful, being a 6 and 7 figure earner, being wealthy, being rich, being whatever, comfortable, but you don't want to go through the process because the process is hard. The process is not fun. The process challenges you. The process hurts, all the things. That's me. And so when I'm going through this 7 days of stepping 7,500 steps, for somebody who's done it, like a lot of you, like, oh, I do that easily every day. And I'm like, well, I work from home. I ain't really stepping like that. Like, I'm not going to a parking lot, getting in the car, going up the steps. I'm really not doing that. And so even though I do work out, but I don't step. Okay. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. Right. And so I had to say, you know what? You got to change the way you're thinking about this, girl. You got to change the way you're thinking about this, because it wasn't getting better because I didn't want to do it and I was speaking it. So write this down. Pretty person's going to take notes and write this down. Whatever you speak, you get to keep. And so I was speaking, oh my God, this is dreadful. And so I decided, well, Jerusha, you do affirmations. Create a little affirmation for yourself, motivate yourself, look at the outcome, girl. I had to start doing that. So I had to be my own cheerleader. So you have to be your own cheerleader as well. And so when I tell you, I do everything scared, I start everything afraid, I do everything not knowing all the things, because I don't want to be complacent. And so many people are complacent and they find themselves in situations that they can't get out of because they just won't do it. They just won't start. And so I am the person who stepped out of corporate America, walked into my first direct sales business, became a part of the top 1% of the company. I was afraid, absolutely, but I was not afraid to try. And so what I would encourage you today, whatever that thing is, it could be just stepping for, 7 days, putting yourself in your own challenge. I would tell you, try and fail, but don't fail to try. And so now we're day 6 of the 7 days. And so this morning I had a different little, I had a different revelation about it. I was like, all right, I almost made it. And so when you get closer to the finish line, you get closer to the results, you get closer to the reward, it does get exciting. And so I was able to do it this morning. I started like 8:30 a.m., got on the treadmill. I was like, I'm going to try to go, instead of going 4 miles, I'm going to go 5 miles. Because I was like, whoo, we're almost finished. One more day tomorrow. Last day, 7 days. And so that's how you're going to feel when you start. And so that's why I don't like to tell people anything that you want is going to challenge you. And so I don't like to tell people it's easy to be successful in network marketing. It's easy to be successful in small businesses. It's easy to be. I don't like to tell people that it's easy. I like to tell people it's simple. Like it's simple to start walking. I have legs, thank the Lord, right? It's simple. Just walk, right? It seems so simple. That's just like starting a business online. Just post and meet the people. Post good content, relevant content, shareable content, valuable content every day. It's simple, right? But it ain't always easy. It's simple for me to walk. It's simple, but it wasn't easy. It's still not easy. I got one more day. So you got to pray for me. So what I've learned is you've got to make sure that you just stay focused. My son told me, do it on the app and walk on the treadmill so it'll be easier. Well, I tried that. That didn't do nothing to me. I was like, bleh. But also my attitude was not where it's supposed to be because I didn't want to do it, right? But I had already committed. Now, another thing on the business lesson for you, write this down. Pretty person's writing this down, is accountability. I held myself accountable to you, the pretty people. I said, I'm accountable to you. So I made sure that I said it on a live every single day. I made sure that I did that. And so that will hold me accountable. You really cannot build a successful business without accountability partners. You really want to get that mentor. I don't care, whatever it is, you really want to do it. Okay, because that's the only way you're going to truly soar. That's the only way your wings are going to be released, when you just jump and you're like, you know what, I'm going to catch my wings on the way down. And so you guys know, according to scientists, the bumblebee, the body is too heavy and the wings are airy and the wingspan is too small. And so aerodynamically, the bumblebee cannot fly, but the bumblebee doesn't know it and it goes on flying anyway. And so what I think is, a lot of times we set our own limitations. When you don't know your limitations, you go out and you surprise yourself. Like I didn't know. I just went out and I surprised myself by saying yes to this 7 days, right? And so in hindsight, you wonder if you had any limitations at all. The only limitation a person has are those that are self-imposed. You did that. You don't have any. Okay, when you were born, you don't have any limitations, right? And I'm speaking, you have a healthy body and all the things, right? You don't have any limitations. It's usually your mind that's stopping you. So I believe to conquer some of this fear that we have to be disciplined. And so this 7-day step challenge really have me disciplined to get it done. You guys know Joyce Myers. She always says discipline means delayed gratification. Write that down. Pretty person's taking notes. I love it when you actually comment and take notes in the chat, because then the people watch the replay, they can see all the notes and things like that. And then you help me out. So Discipline means delayed gratification. Like, I had to be disciplined for these 6 days, right? And I wasn't excited about it, but I know if, I can fit my jeans differently on Monday or Tuesday, I'm gonna be happy I did it, right? I'm gonna be excited that I actually did it. And so my hope is that I can continue doing it as much as I have been for the 7 days and not just completely stop. So we're gonna see how that works out. But I have to be disciplined with my time in order to build a business. Write this down. I have to be disciplined to prospect new clients like you guys. Every single day, I'm meeting new people for my business because I'm currently developing 100 new entrepreneurs, new business partners in a new business, new products. Like, I am definitely looking for the 100s. Yes. Oh, okay. Put 100 if you want to learn more about the 100, but the link is in the bio. So put 100 in the chat, or because I'm on Facebook jail, I'm in Facebook punishment. So if I don't message you in Messenger, I'd have you message me. Okay. So yeah, that's how it goes. And so you've got to make sure that you're showing up online if you're building an online business. And so initially, I don't have gratification yet. But when I got online, I was like, I'm going every day. In 2019, I got online, like, I'm going to just do motivation and inspiration and inspire the people and get the people excited about life and building a business. And so I was getting the followers, but then I didn't know what to do with them. Right. But I was very disciplined every single day doing it. And then I had to learn more skills. Oh, now I need to start conversations. And so as I started building 100% online, I was excited. There was the gratification. I was excited that, oh, I have clients now. I have sales now. I have followers now. And so you're going to experience the same thing. So you might not see it yet. Black Friday is, all month of November, and you're going to have, this is the biggest selling time of the year. So this is the time to sell your stuff. This is the time to make relationships, build relationships, and talk about your stuff. And so even though, right, you start today and you don't have, the sale yet, you don't have the gratification yet, but when you do get the client, you're going to be excited. When you do get the referral, you're going to get excited. And so when I have applied what I've heard and what I've learned online, and my audience grew to 100,000 followers, I was like, thank God I showed up. Thank God I was disciplined. Thank God I was accountable, because it's not immediate success sometimes. Sometimes it take a little longer, but it's coming, right? So you have an opportunity to start learning right now. It's coming. I promise you, it's coming. And so I'm happy I was disciplined. Discipline means what? Write it down. I see you. Delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. You have to be disciplined to fight fear. You have to be disciplined to write that book. You have to be disciplined to start whatever projects. You have to be disciplined. So try and fail, but don't try. Try and fail, but don't fail to try. Write it down. Write it down. Say, Darusha said, write it down. Yes. Oh, thank you so much for tagging. I appreciate that. You're my people. I love you when you tag, right? The other thing that I can tell you is a lot of times you don't get started because you have the fear of making the wrong decision. And so there are people who've asked you, yes, I'm going to the top. Now, I want to go to the top with you, but I will go without you. Like, I'm developing 100 new online leaders to do what I do, right? In my organization is going down. 100 families, 100 six-figure earners, 100 people I can help get out of debt. Yes, is going down. So I said it publicly, and then I have the action behind it. So you're not just saying it and not doing anything. Once you put it out there, you've got to act on it. And so a lot of people are afraid of doing the wrong thing, so they do nothing. A confused mind does nothing. They're like, well, I don't even know where to start. I don't even have an LLC. I don't even have my name trademark. Okay, those are still excuses. Social media is a tool. You still can go live. You still can market. You still can brand. You can still bring value. Okay. So stop fearing making the wrong decision. Okay. Just start. You have got to stop attempting to have painless success. I'm going to write that down. You have got to stop attempting to have painless success. Success requires a work uniform and a work attitude. It requires it. Okay. So try it and fail, but don't fail to try. Don't fail to try. I want to be successful, but I don't want to try. I want to be successful. I want to earn six figures. I want to be debt free. I want to work for myself, but I'm scared to post. Like, you can't. Which one do you really want? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? I want it bad enough that when I started online in 2019, I was like, all right, well, let's go. It is what it is. And so another thing is, if you're working in corporate America, let me just tell you a secret. If you haven't heard me before, January, they always say fourth quarter is when companies start to lay off, downsize, get rid of people, reevaluate their budget. But January is when most people get laid off. And so when I tell you they have the most layoffs, I Googled it. I was like, I wonder what month people actually get laid off. January. And so that's why you have to start that thing right now, that side hustle that everybody's telling you to do. Everybody's telling you you're talented. Everybody's telling you they love your stuff, and you still didn't do it yet. And so that will give you some, I hope, some initiative to start, because there's no guarantees working for somebody else. There's no promise that you're going to have your job. So you need that side hustle up and running. And so when I started my side hustle, I was still working in corporate America. So my degrees are in communications and public relations. So I worked in radio and television. I actually enjoyed the industry. So I'm not, if you love your job, I get it. I enjoyed what I did. I get it. But I also knew, I need to do something to work for myself to have time freedom. And so I'm not saying if you're a nurse and you love it to quit. I'm saying just have a side hustle, a side business, something that's bringing in residual income. So I started my side business with my full-time job. My son was 2 at the time. So moms, I get it. Hashtag mama boys. I get it. And so my son was a preemie. And so that was the reason I started a business, because he needed more attention. He needed a present parent, right? And so I was like, oh, okay, this 9 to 5 is not going to work, especially in television. Oh, this isn't going to work. And so I made a choice. Now, for those of you who are moms, where my moms at? If you're a mom, put it in the chat. You got how many? I have 2 boys. What you got? Hashtag mama boys. And so we love our children, right? We would love them. We would die for them. And so for those of the moms, oh, mom, your mom. Okay, great. Hashtag mama boys. You understand what I'm saying. We'll do anything, right? For the well-being of those little children. And so he's a teenager now, so it obviously worked out, right? But what you have to understand is babies, if you have little ones, some babies are faster than others. Like I said, my son, he wasn't even crawling. He wasn't rolling over. He wasn't walking. I say he was a preemie, right? So we had to do a lot of things. And so a lot of babies, they're fast, boy. You know, I was watching other babies, they're walking at 6 months. I'm like, wait a minute, 8 months, 10 months, whatever. I'm like, how is this even possible? And so you will have people start businesses at the same time as you and excel faster than you. Then you have other businesses that may take a little longer. And so I went to the top of the company in 8 months. Other people, it took them 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. It doesn't matter. We're not on the same scale. We're not. Stop comparing yourself to this other girl. Girl, stop. Stop looking at her, comparing yourself. That doesn't mean it's not working or it's not for you because you're not at the same level as this other person. God is still nurturing you and feeding you and directing you. Just like as a baby, as an infant, they all have different stages. In business, you all have different stages. I have different stages. It's not going to happen immediately, but it will happen eventually. And so I know one of the, I think it's Songs in the Bible. I'm not sure. Okay. The greatest book in the world, because everything came from there. All of these motivational speakers, other books, The Secret, all of that really, really, really came from what was already written. And so it says, I will instruct you and show you the way to go with my eye on you. Can you imagine your eyes is on me? I will give you counsel. I will instruct you and teach you concerning the path you should walk. I will direct you with my eye. So I want God to direct me. I will prefer God's eyes on me every day, every single day. Please, which way should I go? Which person should I talk to? How should I show up? All of you, none of me. When I go live, I'm like, all right, let's go. All of you, none of me. Every single time. When I get off the live, I say, I'm just thankful that grace and mercy follow me every time, acknowledging that it's not just me. And so whatever your routine is, you got to make sure you're doing that thing every single time. And then you'll show up bigger. You'll show up more impactful. I promise you, you will. But it starts with you doing it. So direction is so much more important than speed. I'm going to say it again. Direction is so much more important than speed. Everybody thinks they have to do it quickly. It's good to go fast. I'm going to tell you. Now, success loves speed. I'm not saying slow down. I'm just saying don't compare yourself to somebody else who's going faster. You don't know their journey. You don't know the story, all right? You don't know the background. You don't know. So many are going fast and going nowhere. So you can be looking at somebody and you're like, oh, they're going so fast. Going nowhere, girl. That's why you have to stay in your own lane. That's why you have to focus on your journey, your direction, okay? Because the moment you look at somebody else, you slow down. The moment you look at someone else, you slow down. So what I want you to do is try and fail, but don't fail to try. Yes? Say, Jerusha, you speaking to me today. Say, Jerusha. Yes, I'm talking to you. See, it was meant for you to hear this broadcast. That's why I always say you want to share the broadcast because you don't know who needed to hear this message. And I'm just here to deliver. I'm here to deliver. So please do me a favor. How many of you commit that you're going to start that thing today? Today is the perfect time. I say this pretty often. You know, those people say, one day I'm going to do it. Someday I'm going to do it. Well, someday leads to a town called nowhere. We're already going into 2023 and you was going to do it in 2022. Remember? Okay. So now actually you have to do it. So when you are showing up online, show up as boldly as you can. It's not going to be like me. It's going to be like you. Right? I'm not trying to be someone else. People always say, you know, you look like Oprah. You look like Brandy. You look like, so everybody's supposed to have a twin, but I'm only Jerusha. I can only give you me. So you can only be you too. And so what I want you to do is practice starting today. Obviously, continue your affirmations. If you're in the 21-day affirmation with me, do that. We have one more day. If you're a part of the 7-day step challenge, we have one more day. And just know when you decide to show up and start your business or start your projects, whatever it is, you're going to attract your people. Like you guys are my people. You're going to only attract your people. And so I'll tell you, when I worked my business offline, we did it so differently. We would meet people face to face and we had an office and all the things. And so how many of you go to like the state fair or the carnival? And so every year when I lived at home, we went to the fair. And so when I had children, I was like, oh, we got to go to the fair. Like it's one of the things that you do. I'm committed. Okay. Yes. Oh, committed on TikTok. Okay, great. So, you know, at the fair, at the state fair, they have the mirror house. Yes. Anybody know what I'm talking about? So they have this mirror house at the state fair. And when you went inside and saw yourself all over the place, like in every mirror, so you didn't know how to get out, right? And that's who you're looking for when you are building your business. You're looking for you, people like you. When I'm online, I'm looking for my people. People who, you know, have similar interests as you. Okay. And so you're looking for your reflection. And so we attract who we are. And so when I'm in this glass house or this mirror house or whatever at the state, now it's similar to in my business. When I'm online, I'm looking for me. I'm looking for people excited, motivated. People understand that there's a process. I'm looking for her. I'm looking for her all the time. The 100, I'm looking for her. She's sharp. She understands that, you know what? It's going to be uphill and downhill. She understands businesses ebbs and flows. She understands. Yes, she wants to learn the skills that are possible. She wants to learn the tools and the apps. Yes, and she may not have, you know, the charisma yet, but she's okay learning it. We can learn anything. And so I'm always looking. I'm looking for my own self. I'm looking for her. And so that's what you need to do if you're taking advantage of Black Friday and the holidays. You're looking for people that they want what you have. And so they're right here online. There's 4.7 billion people on social media every day. The average person spends 2 to 3 hours scrolling social media every day. If you're going to be posting, you better be posting for profit and not posting and praying. If I'm posting, oh, it is for profit. Like I'm using this, it is a tool. So understand, this is a tool that you can use. Use a tool. Don't be a fool. Use a tool. Write it down. Don't be a fool. Use the tools that are available for you. And so I'll tell you, so when I was offline, we met people out and about. And so we would be everywhere, all over the city of Atlanta. Like I've been everywhere, right? Meeting all the peoples, looking for people that's like me, attracting the people that's similar to me, similar interests, so forth. And so one day I was out networking, and people don't do this as often. Some industries do. Like if you're in insurance, you typically meet face to face. If you're in finances, you typically still meet face to face or whatever. And so we was meeting face to face, meeting people like names and numbers, walking up to people, talking to people, striking conversations, all things. And all you guys have to do right now is talk on and text and do TikTok. So it's so different. And it's actually, to me, easier this way. However, great skill to learn to network offline. So one day I was out networking. I think I was in the mall or something. And you know how you're looking for, the person that you want to talk to. You want that 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. You want somebody sharp. You want to work with the best of the best. You want to work with somebody that's, coachable, that's already on their way to success in their own industries. You want somebody that's an overachiever. You want that person. So I'm looking for her. And so I was walking through the mall, and I walked past a mirror. And so I saw the head of a person. And so I went back. I started looking like, where does this girl go? It was so quick, right? And so I was moving through the clothing. I said, maybe she went in the dressing room. I went in the dressing room and I couldn't find her. I was like, okay, maybe I'll backtrack and see where she went. And so I walked back and I passed the mirror again, right? And I'm like, there she go. Why was it me? True story. What? I was like, did I just see myself? And was I just looking literally for myself in the store? Yes, I was. I was looking for me. And I just cracked up in the middle of the store. I promise you, I don't know what. I was like, girl, you are really, really out here pounding the pavement. You are serious about building this business. You looking so hard for the next and the new. You about to recruit yourself. And so that is what I'm saying to you is you got to be looking and expecting her. You got to be, yes, hell, I appreciate that. You got to be looking every time. I'm looking for her. I'm looking for people who actually want to work. I'm looking for people that's excited about, I want to work. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm afraid, but not too afraid to try. I'm scared. I'm nervous, but I'm not that afraid that I won't try it. So what's the worst thing that can happen? You try and then what? You tried it. See, that's the thing. You tried it. So try and fail, but don't fail to try. Try and fail. That's your message for the day, but don't fail to try. If this is helpful, say, Jerusha, this was helpful to me. She said, love it. Yes. If this was helpful, yes, say yes, yes, yes. I know. I was trying to recruit myself. I promise you it's a true story. It was ridiculous. I was really hustling that day. And so if this was good, tag 2 people, share the broadcast. My hope is to shorten somebody else's learning curve. And so if you want more of this goodness, you love motivation and inspiration and business tips, this is the page for you. If you're on TikTok, very helpful. Thank you. I appreciate that on TikTok. If you are on TikTok and Instagram, make sure that you follow. Obviously, if you're on Facebook, give me some stars and show me some love. Make sure you follow if you're my private group. Yes, we're live in that group every Wednesday night. I will answer your business questions. Yes, we should be our best recruiters. Yes, we should be our best recruiters. You're exactly right. And so, yes, so I am definitely excited. So tomorrow is my last day for the 7-day step challenge. For those of you that committed with me, let's go. If you haven't done it yet today, you can do it. I find that I do best if I start in the morning and get it all done, as opposed to waiting till late at night. Like the other night, it was like 11 o'clock at night. I went live and I was like, I did it. And so I didn't like going late that night. So I just wanted you to know that you try and fail. Okay. Don't fail to try. And so I've got to say, I understand that when you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it, but you need to do it. It's necessary that you change. Change is voluntary or involuntary, but necessary, right? And change is going to happen whether you do it or not, girl. So yes, get on board. Very helpful. I appreciate you. So tag 2 people, share the broadcast. I'll see your beautiful faces. Maybe tomorrow I'll see your beautiful faces, but I definitely will see you every Tuesday at 1:30 for a quick lunch and learn. I'm just thankful that grace and mercy follow me. I'm Jerusha, and I'll see you on the page.